Should I try to raid in retail or Kata if I want a non-SOUD WoW game? That's a good question, Gunner. I've never played Kata. I want to play Kata because I've never played it. I have played retail, and I can tell you this. In my experience of the past few years, it has been very hard for me to enjoy retail. And the reason is, I think is because there's a fine line between a challenging raid and shitty guild members who can't do the mechanics. And in order to get into a guild that's good enough, you have to have experience. And so in my experience with mythic raiding in retail, it's kind of like being overqualified for a job, but you don't have the resume to back it up. So you can't get a better job. And so you have to work at a shitty job for a long time and be the best one at that job before you can work with equals. And so it's a painful process that I always give up on. It involves hopping from one guild to another. You just need to, every guild you join, you just need to be the best in that guild. Then you need to join a new guild and be the best in that guild. Then join a new guild and be the best in that guild until you find a guild where you're finally not the best. And then hopefully there's no shitty people in that guild and you like the members and you like the leadership and they're non-toxic, which most of the time they're toxic. And so I think it's like, it's a terrible guild shopping experience. Retail is what it is. But if you can find the right guild in retail, I think it has potential to be a better experience than what I've experienced. And that's the only advice I can give you. Now, the raids and stuff, I think that they're good. They're extremely challenging. The class design is very, very unique. The rotations on some classes are incredibly hard to master. It is fulfilling once you master it. But there is, yes, there are some flaws in retail, just like any other version or any other MMO. And the one thing about retail is that when you log in, sometimes you just feel like logging out. It feels like you just don't know what to do sometimes in retail, or you don't like have a goal or something to look forward to a lot of the times. And it can feel very unfulfilling to just log into retail. And I don't have that feeling when I log into Classic. That's the major difference, I think, between retail raiding experience and a Classic raiding experience. Is that in Classic, you don't have to really find some perfect guild. Like pretty much any guild that will work as long as people know their basic one button rotation, you guys are going to clear the content. In a way, easier content makes for an overall better MMO experience. And that's just a very simplified way of looking at it. But the problems that retail has is because the game is too hard. And all of that kind of spirals down in the philosophy of the game design. Now, like I said, mastering your class is still very fulfilling. But it's not as unfulfilling as it is to be in a guild where people just continuously wipe you and you can't progress. So that usually leads to you looking for a new guild, which takes you out of the social environment of the game, which is the heart of an MMO, is the social aspect. So finding a good guild is the end game of retail, in my opinion. That was the longest answer ever.